pals, non-binary pals, sentient shadows, data ghosts, and other. Welcome to the Sci-Fi Lab. I'm your host, DJ Squared, and with me is my co-host,
Harper. And
with us is a whole menagerie of special guests.
Hi, I'm Alex.
Hey everybody, I'm Josh.
Hey, I'm Zohar.
Hi, I'm Brooke.
And we have a ghost in the back. They may chime in, or they might not. So, since we have so many new lobsters, we're going to go with our general interview. You look a little confused.
Yes. I'm waiting for the questions.
Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. All right.
What's your deepest, darkest secret
now? I don't know.
Which deity did you sell your soul to?
I can't roll my R's.
Yeah, me neither.
That's your deepest secret?
Yes, it's really hard.
You have a pure soul then.
Alright, no. The first question we ask everyone is, what was your first experience or your first contact with science fiction?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
So. You want to know what it was? I'll let you know. We had the VHS trilogy of the first 3 Star Wars movies in my house, and I used to watch them a lot. I believe the one that I used to watch a lot was A New Hope, because our copy of Empire Strikes Back just sort of disappeared. And I have a feeling my cousin took it. But it's Empire Strikes Back, so I understand. Like, I would watch that a lot as well. I would say that's true for me. And then when the prequels came out on DVD, I picked those up as well. So I watched those too. So I think that's I think basically speaking, that was before I really got into reading science fiction literature. Was a little bit of science fiction film, I would say so.
I think that's actually somewhat similar to mine. My parents were big Star Trek fans, and we had some of the old VHS tapes of Next Generation episodes, and we'd watch those as a family when I was much younger. And then when I was a little older, my parents started watching through all of Voyager, and so I sat through that with them without understanding most of it. And then from all of that later on, I began to read some of the sci-fi classic authors at my dad's direction. Love Asimov.
Yes. Mine is a little weird, but we had a short story writing assignment in 5th grade that was based on, I don't remember exactly what it was called, but it was based off the premise that this person drew illustrations and had written some stories, and the stories got burned in a fire. So we now have to take the illustrations and make stories from them. And the one that I was super drawn to had a wallpaper of birds that was peeling off in the corners, and the birds were starting to fly out the window. And I was very excited by this and ended up reading a whole bunch of Asimov short stories. I love Ray Bradbury short stories. Pretty much science fiction short stories is like what I really got into first.
Yeah. Have you ever taken studies in fiction, science fiction class?
No, not here.
You should really consider
I would like to very much.
Basically, all we do is short stories and like movies and some TV. You will watch Futurama.
Oh, good.
You got to watch Futurama.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah, one of my classes we watched Futurama.
We watched anime in pretty much every class I took.
I mean,
we also watched some anime.
Yeah, science fiction anime. It's a thing.
If I'm watching science fiction anime, I just want to watch Akira like over and over again. I love that movie to death.
I've never actually seen that movie.
Oh, okay. Highly recommended.
Highly recommended. All right.
Yes.
I know. Do you have?
Oh,
Can
for
you
science
can you
fiction?
chime in?
Jurassic Park, probably like third grade-ish.
Nice.
I was big into dinosaurs. I mean, still am, but you know.
Going through the extreme dino phase.
Yeah, I guess.
Like-
I mean, it was prehistoric life in general, but it was dinosaurs initially that attracted me to the subject.
Well, yeah. What's not to love about gigantic reptiles?
Okay, just to be clear, how many people here had like an obsessive dino phase?
I'm still in that.
Yeah.
I am 100% still in
See,
that.
I wasn't obsessed with dinos. I was the Egyptology kid.
Yes,
Yeah.
me too. I once mummified a Barbie.
Haven't we all though?
Yeah, I think I had to for a school class.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think there was that Egyptology project. I remember that very
I would
dis-
like to.
Well, I was homeschooled, and we spent basically my entire, I can't think of what it's called, like your career, but school,
Yeah.
studying Egypt.
Um,
I know which one I want to ask.
ask it.
What is your guilty pleasure book, movie, TV show, music?
Oof.
This goes
Yeah.
back to the dirty little secret thing.
That's fair.
Science fiction or in general?
I mean, speculative fiction, science
Gotcha.
fiction,
Cool,
fantasy.
cool,
You know. Because mine is Jupiter Ascending.
Nice.
I love that movie so
Sweet.
much. It's a bad movie, but it's a great movie.
Extremely
I-
good.
Please go watch it. It's so good. Like it's nothing but wish fulfillment. It's
Kind of-
2 hours of wish fulfillment.
I'm trying to think of what mine is. I feel like I never answered this question, and I expect everybody else to, but I never did. But I feel like it might still be things like Twilight and Hunger Games, just because it's like nostalgic for me at this point, even though people are like, oh, they're so terribly written. It's like, yeah, I mean, yes, but that
Okay.
doesn't mean I don't enjoy it.
I have one to add to that. It's the Pendragon series, which no one's ever heard of, but it
Sounds
was
extremely familiar.
it was a 10-book science fiction series where each book was set in a different world.
Mm.
Like you use portals to get to different worlds. It was very poorly written, but I still love it because it was just fun. Like it was just you go into this one world and it's a water world. So, like there's like zero land anywhere. A different one is you've got the like superior race in this world is cat people, and they ride 10-legged horses.
Oh, yeah.
It's
That's-
ridiculous.
It's all worth it.
Like straight up jaguars who walk on 2 legs and ride 10-legged horses.
Oh my god.
Also
Sounds
fight.
amazing.
Also they fight T-Rexes.
Yeah,
I
there
would
we
just
go.
say it. They fight
That's
T-Rexes.
what I like to hear.
Sounds like God, this sounds like an 80s metal music video.
Mhm.
But it was a middle grade book series, and
I'll say for me, when I was younger, I read a lot of Animorphs books.
Yeah.
I was very big into those, and I enjoyed them very much. They definitely had a very big influence on the kinds of things that I enjoy in my entertainment today, just because I really engrossed myself in those. And then I would also say it was probably Assassin's Creed Unity. All the Assassin's Creed games are bad, but Unity is like extra bad, but in a lovely way. And so I really like that one. Not like 3 bad, because 3 is like straight up terrible, and you should never play it in your life unless you want to like feel pain. Also, the first one's like that too. It has a special place because it's the first one, but like it's also terrible. But Unity is secretly it has the bones of something great, but on top of it is built just
oh,
trash.
just a trashy.
Yeah, absolutely.
That one's the one set in the Revolutionary
That's the one
War,
in
right?
Paris. Unity
Oh,
is in
okay.
Paris. 3 is in the Revolutionary War.
Ah.
And that one, I am not going to go into game design right now, but it is too cluttered and it is thus very bad.
All right.
Yes.
I had a professor last semester who talked nonstop about how Assassin's Creed games were the best games of all time.
That is,
That's an
I'm not going
opinion.
to comment. That is an opinion. That's an opinion.
Hot take right there.
I agree that it is an opinion.
You accept that people have that opinion.
I accept your opinion, even though it's wrong.
I have to, because I talk to so many people I know. They love Assassin's Creed for any number of reasons. It's in a lot of ways, it's kind of like a pared down GTA that's a lot easier to swallow, because the Grand Theft Auto games are mechanically way too dense, in my opinion. I don't enjoy playing them just because they're unless it's one of the PS2 ones that are a lot just lighter on everything. I think say Grand Theft Auto 5 is far too mechanically dense, but yeah, Assassin's Creed is like peeled back that, but Assassin's Creed 3 has too many mechanics. Like there's an economy mechanic to it, and this is nothing to do with the science fiction premise of the game itself, but there's this economy that you can contribute to by building or by finding recipes for furniture, and you can build furniture and you can ship it all over the world and make money off it, but you can't buy anything with the money because there's nothing useful, and you can buy like the best weapons in the game super easy because they're super cheap. So that's one of the main problems of the game. I have to say. Anyway, moving on.
But if you just like the aesthetic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. If you like the aesthetic, completely understand.
Yeah. So.
Guilty pleasure. I'm trying to think of one specific thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure there are a bunch of trashy anime I could point to that are garbage, but that I would still say enjoyed.
But we stand.
Yeah, you know, sometimes a thing is bad, but it's still fun.
Yeah. Most mecha anime.
True. I think I'd probably point to RuneScape as like an early guilty pleasure.
I hate RuneScape.
Oh,
It's such a bad game, but
It's so frustrating.
but it's also just it's so fun. It's so stupidly like fun for no reason.
You just click. You just point and click
You
things.
just point and click on things, and like, why is it fun to spend like a whole afternoon like clicking on fake trees and watching your character hack them down with a little fake hatchet, and you got a bunch of firewood, you light a bunch of fires in a row. Like, why is that fun? I don't know, but it is.
I think my issues stem. I only played it because I had to write a usability report on it. So my whole goal was to find the problems. So I just sat there and played for hours like, yep, this is annoying. Yep, this is super annoying.
Okay, now I have to ask why you were writing a usability report on RuneScape.
Technical communication.
Oof.
It's a class.
You got one of the bad versions of that class.
Sounds like a better version than what I got.
Yeah.
In the tech comm class here, I don't remember what the professor's name was. I built a straw dispenser out of cardboard in that class.
Why? How is that technical communication?
Don't ask me.
confused.
Did you like print messages inside the straws? Like, what's going on?
We had
Okay,
to,
now I need to like steal that for like a secret society. One of their members is like a lunch lady or something.
First of all, yes, we did put secret messages inside the straws.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Nice.
I need to know about this.
We had, the straws were actually capsules for rolled up poems.
What? Okay,
Yeah,
alright.
Oh, okay.
The device was a poem dispenser that we built because our professor had decided to partner the class with Poetry at Tech.
So
Alright.
in my tech comm
Alright.
classroom, there was a poetry dispenser, but it wasn't straws. It was a napkin dispenser.
That's still weird.
And so I grabbed the last poem that was in there the first day of class, and I think I still have it somewhere.
Nice.
But-
I wonder where they put our straw dispenser. It was garbage. We spray painted it on at the last second, and then couldn't carry it around because the spray
It was
paint
wet.
still wet. And then it like hardly ever worked. But when it did work, it was cool. And a little straw rolled out.
That's
But-
cool.
Interesting.
It was fun. We had to write like a user manual for it.
Okay.
And that was the tech comm piece.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah,
The
yeah.
user manual for
A straw.
a straw dispenser. I mean, like, how hard can it be?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what we did.
Tech comm at Georgia Tech. It's wild. I'm currently in tech comm, and we're doing tech comm for the zombie apocalypse.
Ah, yes. As you
That
do.
sounds awesome.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, that's interesting. And we're back to guilty pleasures, which could also be zombie movies, if you so desired.
Yeah, you know, it was a zombie movie that was like, it's perfectly fine and it gets the job done. Warm Bodies, it's a really sweet love story, but as a zombie movie, it's just like, yeah, that's what it feels like.
I was just sort of weirded out by the premise. I
Sure,
didn't see
absolutely.
that one.
I haven't seen
I have not seen
You know what? It's worth a watch if you got time. Like I said, I think it's sweet. It's just that, it's just kind of like,
Yeah, isn't the main character a zombie?
yeah. Nicholas Hoult is a zombie, and he meets this girl, and John Malkovich is her dad, and he's a crazy person.
That sounds like a short story that I listened to it on like an audiobook podcast about this guy who just works in retail, and he's working in the world's largest store, kind of like a Walmart, something that's just got a bit of everything. And they find a finger in one of the aisles, and it's just the zombie walking around trying to get stuff for a date. and like dropping body parts. Man, I really should look up the title of this so I don't just. It was a really good story, but the main character is kind of this silly, goofy store retail employee who just very nonchalantly walks around with the zombie to get her ready for a date. And then she leaves, and that's the whole story. It's bizarre.
It's like, okay, the most unbelievable part of that is that the store clerk was like cheery and goofy.
Yes.
Like, listen,
I've got.
that doesn't happen.
I
Retail it
will
like
find
that.
the name of that.
Retailing
store.
like that.
I worked at Kroger back in high school.
No.
And there was only one person who was nice and cheery and like overly nice as a cashier at Kroger. Turns out he was a human trafficker. And he's in jail now. That was my buddy.
Excuse my language, but holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you always should be concerned about really happy people working retail.
Yes.
All right.
Something is going
Okay.
on.
Oh man, you guys, I'm gonna find the name of that story because it is 100% worth reading, and
Oh no, absolutely.
also
Sounds fun.
I'll put a link to it in the description of the video.
yeah, and I want to give the author credit because
Because it's some good shit right
While
there.
you're looking for that, we mentioned mech anime as a good source for guilty pleasure shows.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a bit of a classic, but it's just the first thing that comes to mind thinking about them. And it's Gurren Lagann. I don't know if any of you have seen that.
Never seen
Mm-mm.
It's just so over the top. It's like the ultimate over the top mech anime. I won't say any spoilers for it. You should go watch it. All of you.
You got
I
it?
have got it.
You got it?
The story is First Person Shooter by Charles Yu, and if you guys like, LeVar Burton Reads is a really good fiction, speculative fiction, science fiction podcast that just does short stories. Some really interesting, bizarre premises.
Like LeVar Burton, like Reading Rainbow. LeVar
Like
Burton?
Reading
Yeah,
Rainbow,
there we
except
go.
for adults, and it's my favorite thing.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Okay. Thank you for telling me
I
about
love it when like people that you've known from childhood just sort of
Come
make a
back, but
reappearance.
it's great. I love it.
Jordy LaForge.
Bill Nye the Science.
yeah, the newest Bill Nye
Yeah.
stuff. Oh my god.
Now we all chant. Bill.
Bill.
that. Get it on that.
That was inevitable.
It was. I'm surprised we haven't done it earlier on this show.
I know.
We have gotten this far in the Sci-Fi Lab without chanting Bill Nye. It's fine. This is fine. Do you have anything?
Farscape. It's super cliched. Like it's so cliched, but I really enjoy it, and it definitely like has some of the best alien design prosthetics, like puppetry. Like it's a low budget sci-fi show, and it has really intricate alien designs that like are way above anything else like other sci-fi things do, at least for like a visual medium. And so it really stands out there. But besides that, the writing is really cliched. But I like it. I saw 2 seasons, and then they took it off Netflix, and I haven't found it again.
Ooh.
So
I don't think there's more than 2 seasons.
there's 4.
There
And a
are?
movie.
Well,
I feel like then
There's
I
something
only
over there.
saw a couple seasons too. I didn't realize that.
I'm always a fan of good puppetry.
mm.
So, and a fan of bad puppetry. It depends. Like, listen. Sometimes bad puppetry is fun.
You gotta go to one extreme or the other.
I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, Mr. Science Theater 3000.
Good shit.
It's the good shit. The worst puppetry imaginable.
In
is
what way?
So great.
Like the puppets are poorly made, or they're just really bad at performing the puppetry arts?
Both.
Okay.
I can probably top worst puppets ever made because for my biology class freshman year, we had to do a report on a research article in a unique and creative medium, which in our group involved making sock puppets and some little transfected genome mice on sticks and wiggling them around while trying to read this science paper that was incredibly dense and boring.
real mice on sticks?
No, it's very, very, very badly drawn cartoon mice on
I was
sticks.
gonna say that's a little grotesque.
Yeah, it was something. That's got to be the worst puppet show. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. Not that, don't look it up, but it's there.
Yeah, that'll be a link in the
Bio 1510 2017 gems.
Yeah. Oh, the things that they make you do, and just for school projects in general, it's horrifying.
It is strange because I've personally have actually never been in a class where I've had to do a really physical project like that. Even at Tech, I haven't done something like that since, say, 9th grade. I don't know if I've been taking the wrong classes or something, but
We're taking the
The
right
wrong
kind of
classes.
classes.
Yeah, I think you've done the right.
I'd like to do something exciting and different instead of writing another 5 to 7 page paper about something in the class. I mean, you can pump that out in an afternoon, but other things they take time. And sometimes I want to put effort into stuff. I feel like that's understandable.
Sometimes you're a tryhard.
Yeah, sometimes.
Having less free time.
Yeah, why not?
Fair enough. You know what? I'll take that.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're here to learn.
Yeah.
And sometimes what you learn is that presentations suck.
Yes.
Sometimes what you learn is that cutting and pasting little cartoon mice isn't gonna cut it for a press conference / research conference.
Yeah.
No.
Research conference?
They said it was a mock conference. We brought in puppets. So
I mean, like that sounds like something that would happen at like a beta club convention for like high school.
Although,
Actually, that probably did happen at least once.
I do feel like puppetry would really spice up actual science conventions, though.
Yeah.
I think we have different definitions for spice up.
yeah.
Okay,
It'd be so exciting.
we need to have the Muppets as a guest at like Dragon Con or something.
Oh, absolutely.
They do puppetry at Dragon Con.
Did anyone go to Dragon Con?
Unfortunately, no.
Not this year.
We have so many people in this room and none of us went to
No,
Dragon Con.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
What did you do?
I saw both William Shatner and George Takei speak, which was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I think they're there every year.
Oh, hey.
Shatner is. I think
Yeah,
that's
Shatner
the first
is.
time Takei is. And Shatner's an amazing speaker. Went to some panels.
Did you get Legionnaires? No, no
Legionnaires.
one. The Sheridan was closed for like 2 months because of a Legionnaires outbreak, which is like a deadly lung infection.
Oh, that Legionnaires.
Yeah.
I was like, you talking about the 501st Legion? Man, I love Star Wars. And I was like, oh, wait, no, the disease.
So wait, are we going back to our ancient rogue phase?
They weren't sure they were going to open in time
Ah.
for Dragon Con.
Dang.
They
Well,
found the
they managed
source
it.
and treated it, so.
Yeah. Well, let's
That's
hope
terrifying.
they treated it. We have a little bit more than Con Crud going around, apparently.
There'll probably be something in the news about a bunch of nerds getting sick if they didn't.
Yeah. It's a
We barely
conspiracy.
knew them. So young.
Fun convention, though.
Did you go into the America Smart, or did you resist the temptation for the dealer's hall?
I did go into America's Mart. I didn't buy a lot.
What is it?
Mostly books.
America Smart is the specific building that they use to house the dealer's hall for Dragon Con.
Gotcha.
Because, yes, the dealer's hall is its own building.
Awesome.
4 floors of stuff.
Nice.
They got really cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's sounds dangerous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is dangerous. Don't even bother like going up to the 4th floor unless you have at least $2,000.
Wow.
Because the 4th floor is where they have all of the custom gaming tables.
Oh,
These are handmade like gaming tables
Yeah.
and chairs and stuff. And it's really cool looking, but you're not going to be able to afford anything unless you got a few grand on hand.
Do you mean tabletop gaming tables?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like D&D specially made tables.
I don't need no table. I drove to Miami from Atlanta with my friends, and we played D&D on the drive. And so the DM
New
sat in the front,
distracted
and he
driving.
he threw for me while I was driving.
That's impressive.
He has terrible rolls. I want this to be known. Connor, you have terrible rolls if you're listening to this. I hate you.
He's going on the record.
They've got. I mean, the fourth floor is also dangerous because that's where they have like most of the art. And there's really good art there.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
literally every artist at DragonCon is so good. Because there's the like regular print artists, then there's the costume artists, then there's the people who do their own kickstarted video games.
The whole affair is just an absurd capitalistic festival.
Yes.
But what's cool about it is that you actually get to go and like buy things from a lot of independent creators, like directly.
Yeah, don't forget the handmade jewelry, the watches,
The handmade jewelry. A lot of small-time businesses selling all kinds of stuff.
So yeah, you can get a handmade chainmail bracelet, as well as a steampunk hat and vest combo. And then the next floor up, you can buy a bunch of NES games.
Yes.
You can buy books directly from the author.
That's cool.
I did that.
That's
the
cool.
last time I went. I just bought out like all of this one woman's stuff.
That's mostly what I bought
Nice.
this year.
Those books, yeah. Yeah, there'll just be authors there. And
That's
there's
quite cool.
little booth selling other stuff. I think that's like second or third floor, possibly.
I think so.
There's a method to the madness. Sort of. It's a matter of if you can like figure out the method, because there's too many people around.
That's why I've never gone. I've never gone to anything even remotely similar just because I'm terrified of how many people are going to be there.
Yeah,
But I might have to go next time because it does sound really interesting.
If you can tolerate the crowds for long enough, which is challenging
That
because
is
it's
challenging.
a lot of people, but
It was somewhere around like 90,000 this year, I think.
Ooh. Yeah, didn't know that.
Yeah.
and there does end up being a lot of waiting in lines sometimes.
Yeah.
But what's
Yeah.
fine about that is that even while you're waiting in line, the people watching is amazing.
Oh yeah.
I bet.
Oh yeah. Like sometimes you're in a line that's like circumnavigates a building. you're on the outside. I've literally done that. It was like a third of the outside of I think the Hyatt, and like there was 3 lines on the outside of the Hyatt, and they were all going to different panels.
Yeah, I don't know if that's my jam.
Yeah.
I will say though, if you do like anime and you want to go see some stuff like that, there is Japan Fest up in Gwinnett County, which I like to go to every year. I really like
Yeah.
Japan Fest. There is also that's much smaller.
Yeah.
There's also
I've never-
Anime Weekend Atlanta.
Yeah,
But
that
I've
one's
What's
heard
on
mixed
Anime
things
Weekend?
about that one.
Anime Week in Atlanta. It's like the thing is that unless it's either your first time or you're just really into the culture around Anime Week in Atlanta, it's not that great of a con, because they do literally the same thing every year basically.
So
Like a lot of the panels are the same. The guests are the same.
So if I've seen 4
Or less.
episodes of Cowboy Bebop, am I ready for this convention?
Yeah,
Is what
you're
I'm
fine.
asking. Oh, sweet. Okay.
Although, like, you're better served if you've seen Oran High School Host Club, Black Butler.
Okay.
You know, like, yes, the ghost agrees with Black Butler.
Black Butler, another guilty pleasure.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
that one really is. It's so bad.
The
But it's
manga is
so
even
good.
worse.
The manga, I know. I am caught up on the manga. All right, I know how bad it is.
Oh man, that is hard.
Is it still going?
Yeah, the arc that I stopped reading was in 1880s Victorian boy band blood transfusion culture.
Yes, more. I need more.
That was the most recent, I think. Or that was close to the most recent. Yeah, no, seriously. There was a bunch of Victorian boy bands, and their music hall was a front for a blood transfusion ring.
Ah, yes.
Ah, yes.
Because that's a
That
thing.
old chestnut.
Before that, there were zombies on the Titanic.
That's
Ah,
understandable.
see, that's like slightly
That's
more
reasonable.
believable. Is that sad?
Okay, but neither of those plot arcs have anything to do with what I recall from the show.
No,
Oh.
the show only went up to the first arc, and then it split off. The first arc was the Jack the Ripper arc, which was actually good. The second arc was Book of Circus, which does have an anime, and it's Ciel and Sebastian are in a circus because something funky is going on with this circus, because of course it is. Also, they have a guy who can talk to snakes.
Snake. His name is Snake.
His name is Snake. And all of his snakes have human names.
Oh wait, are you serious?
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
Interesting.
I like it.
And then, so the Book of Circus, and then there's, like, a school. Yeah, we were talking about Anime Week in Atlanta. So they have, specifically, like, a Black Butler, I think it's either a tea party or, like, a scavenger hunt or something that they have every year. So, like, that's one of the things they have every single year. But yeah, Anime Week in Atlanta, it's, like, the smallest of the 3 big Atlanta cons, because there's that one, there's MomoCon, which would recommend. It's only about like 50,000 people, but you don't actually see most of them. Is the thing.
Are they all
Where are
invisible?
No, it's just that the con is run really well, and because it's so well
Organization.
What a concept.
It's so well organized that you barely can tell there's like 50,000 of your closest friends around here. Except for if you go into the dealer's hall, but that's because it's the dealer's hall. They also have a video game, like a section where you can just straight up play, either bring your own computer and play whatever video games have a LAN party. They have a LAN party area.
Oh, sweet, okay.
And they also have straight up like arcade games.
Lovely.
The arcade game alley. And board games. They also have board games.
So I always wanted to sit down and play a board game at a con.
Yeah, just you and a bunch of randos playing.
Sounds like a good time.
You and a bunch of randos playing werewolf. With
Oh wow.
With like 20 randos. It's so fun. They also have like panels going until like the middle of the night. So sometimes you're in a panel and there's like 3 other people there, including the panel runner. Because everybody else is at the rave.
The rave.
The Momoka rave.
Oh, okay.
Momoka
I have
rave.
never felt more ignorant. I have no idea what's going on.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I don't ever go to the rave because there's too many people.
Yes.
That's where everybody is.
I see. That
They're
makes
at the rave.
sense.
Do they sell MDMA at the dealer's hall? Now I have to know. Is that what they sell there? Glow sticks and the
They might.
X?
I think
okay.
they do. I think somebody probably sells glow sticks.
Oh Lord.
Listen, it is not unusual to see anime characters covered in glow sticks and also having a LED hula hoop.
Oh man.
That's just a thing that happens.
Well, if I can get video of this, that would be cool. I cannot go in.
No, you just take videos of the line because they're
okay.
all partying while they're in the line to get into the rave.
Okay.
Sounds like a good time.
Just the line getting into the rave.
The whole thing.
Yeah, MomoCon is fun. MomoCon actually has a manga library.
Ooh.
Where you can
That's so cool.
sit down and read manga.
That's cool.
And also craft booths for when you want to make like a bead snake or like a bead lizard.
Yeah.
Because
That's awesome.
sometimes you just want to make a bead lizard.
Yeah.
Because why not?
I always want to make a bead lizard.
The natural state of being, making a bead lizard.
That's my on Facebook the relationship status, like single, married,
Making-
divorced, making a bead list.
Making a bead lizard.
Yeah. I just want to grill, for God's sake.
It's fine. Alright, we have gotten very far afield here, and there's no salvaging it. So, this has been the Sci-Fi Lab. Thanks for listening.